Good morning, parents. Hopefully, soon we'll be able to start to get into more of a normal routine. It sounds like some of the country is starting to open back up, yet other people are really hesitant about that. We really don't know, but the one thing is for sure that we are experiencing an unprecedented time. The uncertainty and unknowns are causing anxiousness and fear, really, in everyone. In the midst of all these questions, it's incredibly important to focus not just on our physical health, but also on our mental health, which can be hard right now with all the kids at home. Our thoughts often trap us in worry, anxiety, doubt, and fear. And finding optimism and joy will keep you energized, loving, supportive, and really capable of making the best decisions for your family as we walk these days ahead. We all know what it is to be happy, right? Happiness is focused on self and worldly pleasure. We're happy when things are going well externally, right? It's what's happening to us and not in us. It's easy during these times to put a smile on our faces and enjoy what life has to offer. But what about those times when everything isn't going right? That is when we need to find joy. Joy is a chosen attitude throughout life's journey and can be found no matter the external circumstances. Especially in scary moments, it's important for parents to set the tone and atmosphere for our house. As Candace Payne, who's also known as Chewbacca Mom, right? She says this: joy is an antidote for your home. We are called to live out victorious, joyful lives every day. Really what she's saying is we need to set a joyful tone for our family. We must shift our perspective and our focus. There are times when we have to change our focus away from social media, which is really hard not to get sucked into that right now because it's almost all we have to do to stay connected to our friends in the world, right? We have to maybe take our focus off of that, take our focus off the news and put it on our children. Put down our phones and intently focus on what they're doing, what they're saying, and how they're acting. They sense our moods and they sense our emotions more than we realize. If we aren't paying attention, we can easily miss what is happening within our children. And here are a couple practical ways to find and spread joy in your family. Number one, practice gratitude. Days look a lot different than they did a few weeks ago. That doesn't mean we can't reflect on the things we loved about those previous days, while also being thankful for the things that we love about the time we're in now. Being able to go to the grocery store without fear is something most people realize was and will be a blessing someday. And we are now stopping all the noise long enough to appreciate the birds singing and the breeze blowing, all things we would easily miss if we didn't take the time to focus on gratitude. Encourage your children to participate. Whether you write down what you are thankful for or if you share it with each other around the dinner table, make sure you take the time to focus on the small things and the big things. Number two, acknowledge who you are. Every person and every family is unique, and so we should identify that. What are some of the things that make your family unique? Identify some of your strengths and maybe even some of your positive quirks. I know that we have plenty of positive quirks. Come up with a few points that convey what you believe to be true about you and how that relates to who God says that you are as a family. Keep the kids involved in listening, in listening and listing those things, and develop really maybe a family motto or mission statement together. And once you agree as a family, put it on the fridge or frame it. And really work on memorizing it. Make it fun. Make it a part of who you are. Reference it a lot. Reference how your family is different in a positive way. It's very, very a lot of fun. We do it all the time. Number three is this: balance fun and work. Kids are out of school, right? Well, they're out of school in school. They're in school here at our house, but they're out of the physical school. Parents are working from home. Public places are closed, and everyone was thrown into a sudden change to find a new normal within their four walls. Creative schedules to keep your children learning and staying busy really began circling the internet immediately, right? Even though most kids thrive on a schedule, this is what I want to encourage you, and especially as we're trying to wind down school, don't be too hard on yourself to get it all right. Find what works best for your family and your children, and be generous with grace. Not everything out on social media and all the schedules that people are posting and all the fun it looks like they're having is actually true. And it may be true for their family, but it might not be true for yours in following that schedule. But there is a schedule for your family that will be fun and take some of that stress away and bring joy maybe back to the life, right? If your kids end up watching a movie or television or on their iPads instead of doing the latest research on whatever study they're doing right now, it'll be okay. Of course, listen, education is so important, but we all need some space to enjoy life. So err on the side of fun this season. I know that Titus takes many breaks throughout the day. He's got a recess every 15 minutes, and the other day he caught a 4-foot-long snake. And so we celebrate that because that's not something he would normally get to do. And while he wasn't being focused on his school, he was experiencing a joy that will create a memory that will last forever. So play more, laugh more. Holding on to joy and laughter as a family is what will bring us through this challenging time. These are uncharted waters, not just for you and your family, but really for the entire world. So take care of yourself mentally and physically by finding the joy in everyday life. One day, hopefully soon, we'll make it through this, and there will be even more joy on the other side. Talk to you later, parents.